I think we should get a pet. It's not that out of the blue. I've been thinking about it for a while. Well, we've been living together for a few months now, and we've pretty much figured out how to exist in the same space without bothering each other too much. Or bothering each other the right amount. We've got our budgets and schedules sorted, and I was thinking about what happens after a couple gets that all locked down. Exactly. The raising of a new life form. They get a pet. Of course we can afford it. I already know that. But it's not just about affording it. It's about agreeing on what kind of pet to raise. I've already compiled a list of animals I believe would be acceptable. Okay, if dragons were real, they would be on the list. But they're not, so let's go through it and consider the possibilities. You really shouldn't be surprised that I made a list. Let's start with an old classic. A dog. Great question. What kind of dog? Should it be small or big? Fluffy or short-haired? How much exercise will it need? By just suggesting a dog, I've opened up an entirely new can of worms. So here's what I suggest. We forget the dogs. Dogs are a common pet. Too common, one could say. And there's so many that just thinking about it can distract from our real purpose. Finding an animal to love and take silly photos of. Yes, we skip dogs, and if none of the other animals on the list provoke a positive response, then we return to the multitudes of dogs that exist in this world. Now, what's next? Cats. Oh, you might think that, but no, that would be far too simple and obvious. Let's get adventurous and look into reptiles. Snakes are my first choice there. Yes, really. Wouldn't it be so cool to just have a snake around? A fun snake with a fun name. Like Frank. Feeding. Do they really eat just mice? Not hamsters, too. Fine, we won't get a snake. But what about a lizard? A cool lizard? Don't say it. Fine, forget the reptiles. Fuzz is the way to go, clearly. Let's talk guinea pigs. Your words cut deep. Though you may see them as just a pet for a child, they're not just large hamsters. For one, they live a lot longer. I know what they eat. Grass. Well, grass and food pellets. It's not hard to find food for them. But you know how everyone's always like, oh, touch grass? A guinea pig has the perfect comeback. They touch so much grass. Mice, then. Rats. What? How is that anything like fish? Well, for one, you can take rodents out of their cage and pet them and play with them and put them in a roller ball, and it's really funny to watch them run around. Besides, fish aren't as simple as you think. Just the amount of water you need for one fish is way more than people assume. You can't just put them in a bowl. You need a tank. Zazz! Have you ever seen those noodly creatures going about their business? They're so fun. And they eat chicken. How cool is that? No, I'm not going to be sliding the ferret some KFC. That's just irresponsible. Nobody should eat that. But it can eat human food. Isn't that fun? Bugs aren't human food to me. Not yet, anyway. See how I feel after the water wars start. Really? You don't like any of these? Lack of intelligence. I need a rival with smarts. Yes, a rival. I know as soon as we get a cat, it'll be a fight for a lot of things. A clean house, items being in the upright position, your attention, and if it's a dumb cat, it wouldn't feel right to face off with them. Yes, your attention. I've seen how you are with cat girls. If we get a cat, I'll have to fight just to rest my head on your lap. Cats are vicious when it comes to lap fights. Why don't we go back to dogs? Corgis are popular. You don't think we're ready for a pet? But what about my list? And don't you want a soft creature to pet and love? You already have me. What? Hey, you can't head pat your way out of this. Okay. Maybe you can. With hugs. Shut up. I'm not like a cat at all. What were you surprised didn't make the list? Oh, come on, even I know a chinchilla is way too hard to take care of. Dust baths, what even? I have to put up with so much gaff, guff, whatever. You're fucking getting my ass.